Thanks for inviting us in. It's now 11 o'clock and we begin tonight with breaking news, a deadly shooting on the northeast side of Indianapolis. All of this unfolding around 8:15 tonight near 34th and Emerson. Now, in the last 2 hours, police confirmed to 13 News the person hit by gunfire has now died. Officers tell us when they got to this scene, they discovered a truck parked along the street with bullet holes. The person in the truck was unresponsive and died at the hospital tonight. Right now, we're working to learn what led to this gunfire and if police have identified a possible suspect. We're going to be following this story for you overnight. You can find any updates on this investigation on WTHR.com and on Sunrise starting at 4 a.m. Tonight at 11, family, friends, and members of our community join together to remember that 3-year-old boy and a 22-year-old man that were killed in a double shooting on the northeast side of Indy. But that memorial was all about pushing for answers. Right now, no one is in custody for pulling the trigger on Monday evening. Our Chase Howell talked with loved ones tonight about their loss and calls for justice.
It was here in the Shadeland Station parking lot where 3-year-old Armani Booker and 22-year-old Jay Sean Johnson were shot and killed. But tonight, community leaders are hoping to change this place of tragedy to one of hope and healing. The sound of rain hitting the pavement was the only thing that could be heard as people bowed their heads in silence to remember Armani and Jay Sean.
Say with me, life, forevermore.
Dozens of balloons and faces wet with tears filled a corner of part of the shopping plaza where the two were killed. Armani's father, Arion Anderson, clenching tight to a picture of the two of them.
This day we took this picture. He took a picture of his shoes and he was like you, daddy, like you. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I be doing, son. He just wanted to, I don't know, he just wanted to do what I do.
One woman in the crowd, Armani's daycare teacher, Kia Gassian. She says she called him Little Man because he acted like a little man.
He had the biggest and brightest personality. He walks in the room, all the kids get excited, they cheer for him. He was just a big ball of joy and energy.
And while Armani's mom, Necrasia Booker, couldn't make it Thursday night as she's grieving the loss of her baby and boyfriend, she sent a message with her sister.
I just want to tell everybody thank you, for all the support, reaching out, all the sharing on Facebook. That way we can find whoever did this, for one. For two, just keeping my nephew's name alive, because everybody who know him know he was sweet. He was a very sweet baby and he didn't deserve anything like this.
But before the crowd let off their balloons, they played a song written by Armani's dad, dedicated to his son.
This was my firstborn. Armani gonna make you work.
And as everyone shouted and released their balloons, Anderson was still hanging on to his.
It's just my letter to my boy. Yeah, he was supposed to grow up and listen to and play whenever he wanted to remember me, not the other way around.
Our hearts go out to those families tonight. As we mentioned, police right now are still searching for the person responsible for that shooting. So if you have any information that can help investigators, please reach out to IMPD. You can call Crime Stoppers. You see the number on your screen, and you do not have to give your name. And now to a major development in the Delphi murders case. The judge just ruling the jury will hear alleged confessions from the suspect, Richard Allen. The state claims that Allen made at least 61 confessions to the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German while he's been in custody. Allen's defense team did not want those confessions used in court, claiming they were coerced while their client was suffering from mental illness. But the judge disagreed, saying she did not find that argument persuasive. Allen is now scheduled to go on trial in October. And already the price tag for this case is climbing. Coming up tonight, investigative reporter Bob Siegel will break down the unexpected costs that have pushed the price tag for the Delphi trial to over $1 million. Angela?
Scott, it's warm, it's muggy, temperatures in the 70s, 77 Indianapolis, still 79 Richmond, 75 degrees in Kokomo, and 76 in Bloomington. We did have some downpours and some lightning earlier this evening. Right now we're dry, but keeping an eye on the main weather system that is sitting up to our north and west. This will bring us rain and storm chances the next couple of days. A warm, muggy start, but dry for the rush hour on Friday morning. Temperatures in the low to mid 70s. From there, we're back into the 90s for the 7th day in a row.
Angela, thanks. Take a look at this. A fire at a home in Greenwood believed to be caused by a lightning strike tonight. This is according to a social media post by the Greenwood Fire Department. It says the fire started around 7 tonight on Alton Road. That's not far from US 31 and Smith Valley Road. The Red Cross was on the scene tonight to help with that response. Tonight at 11, there are growing concerns about violence and understaffing at Broad Ripple Middle School. Tonight, some parents and students took those worries directly to the school board. Our Logan Gay was at that meeting and talked with the families as they heard from the IPS superintendent.
Some Broad Ripple Middle School parents worried about their kids' education and safety are demanding answers from the IPS board.
Something went wrong. What happened? We need to know.
Any of you guys have kids, I bet you wouldn't send them there.
Almost a month into the school year, parents and some students say so far there have been multiple problems.
My child has not practically learned anything in the last month, but let's put that aside. The reality is that she is scared to go to school.
School is supposed to be fun for teachers, staff, and students, but not at Broad Ripple.
The list of concerns is lengthy.
Some speakers in the classrooms don't work. If there's an emergency, we won't be able to hear it. Students yell at teachers every day. Students cuss at other students, and students cuss at teachers. The girls' locker room had to be shut down because there were students caught having sex in there.
And the kids are out of hand. And it's just going to continue to happen that way. And I don't know how you expect us parents to put our children's education on hold while you guys figure it out.
Most of the parents spoke about the great experience they've had at other IPS schools and their high hopes for Broad Ripple Middle School, now open in the old Broad Ripple High School building.
It's really sad because we all want this to be successful and we believe in it.
Now they're asking the board to fix it.
I really would like to ask that you put additional staffing in the hallways, in the classrooms, to help support the behavioral issues that are going on and make this a safe school for our kids.
Superintendent Dr. Alicia Johnson addressed concerns, saying they're not falling on deaf ears. She says they are actively working to fix some of the issues.
We are making progress in the right direction. It's clear we have work to do at Broad Ripple, and so we're committed to doing that work. So I appreciate you taking the time and just want to acknowledge some of those action steps and to let you know more will be coming.
So Logan, did the IPS superintendent tell the families how long it would take to take these fixes into effect?
Yes, she did, Scott. She said the intercom system should be restored by tomorrow, and they are still working on hiring. But she also mentioned that parents should continue to engage in conversations and work to bring the community together.
All right, we'll continue to follow that. Logan Gay, thanks. A new memorial tonight in Hamilton County honors the victims of a suspected serial killer. A limestone monument tonight stands at Hamilton Memorial Park Cemetery in Westfield. That's just 4 miles away from Fox Hollow Farm. That's where Herb Baumeister is believed to have killed multiple men more than 30 years ago. The cremated remains of Jeff Jones and Alan Livingston were placed in the ground at that new memorial today. So we talked with Livingston's cousin about what this day means.
I still felt a sense of it being surreal, and because it's such a large case and such a wild situation. But to actually see this today brings something that's less surreal and brings some realness to it. And I'd rather the realness come during a time of light and peace as opposed to the tragedy.
The names of 9 men are etched in that stone, but investigators tonight have uncovered thousands of remains from that Fox Hollow Farm property, and to this day, they're working to identify them. The Hamilton County coroner urges any families who may have had relatives who disappeared in the 90s to reach out. Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. Indiana's Court of Appeals just rejected Kegan Klein's request to overturn his prison sentence. That unanimous decision to uphold the sentence has now been certified by the court. Klein is currently serving a 40-year prison sentence for several convictions of child pornography. He was arrested back in 2017, accused of catfishing underage girls to get explicit photos. An Indianapolis man just learned his sentence for selling drugs that killed a man. Benjamin Ingram was sentenced to 30 years in prison. A Hamilton County jury found him guilty of dealing resulting in death. The prosecutor says 23-year-old Jacob Lamp thought he was buying Xanax from Ingram, but he got a counterfeit drug laced with fentanyl. Tonight, a new audit from the Department of Justice Inspector General is accusing the FBI of failing victims of child sex abuse. The audit follows criticism of the Bureau after the investigation into Larry Nassar. He is the disgraced former doctor for Indianapolis-based USA Gymnastics. Despite changes after that case, the DOJ's audit says the FBI still failed to properly report allegations of child abuse. Tonight, IMPD is confirming they have started increasing patrols along Fall Creek Trail after 2 women were attacked. Those attacks took place within 3 weeks of each other. And in both cases, the women say a man came up to them with a knife and forced them to walk down the trail. Thankfully, both women were able to escape. Remember, you can find all of our latest local stories anytime on our 13 News app. The Colts are gearing up for the regular season, which begins in just 10 days. Tonight, we'll take you to practice where the guys are expressing lots of optimism about what's to come. The cost of the Delphi murders trial now exceeds $1 million. Investigative reporter Bob Siegel just obtained all of the detailed expenses. Tonight, he's explaining the cost so far and the big bills still to come. Next.